Yo, what is happening, guys? Undisputed Vlogs here, and today I'm back again with Brandy Balls. And this is probably the last episode, either the last or second last episode of the Dark Side YouTube. And then that series is done. It's dead. I've looked over the long episodes that we skipped, and none of them are actually that interesting to do an episode of their own. But, yeah. They're all shit. So, yes. Without further ado, don't want to waste any time, let's jump right into it. And the first one up is the top 10 horrifying mental asylums. So we're going to watch that.
One of the asylum's doctors, meanwhile, got into the habit of performing crude lobotomies with the aid of drills, hammers, and chisels. The rumor goes that this doctor was himself driven mad, claiming that he too could see the ghosts of plague carriers. He threw himself off the top of the hospital's bell tower, falling to his death below.
Well, yeah.
Number 7.
He threw himself off a fucking roof.
Lunatic Asylum. Nope.
He threw himself off a tall roof. By the ways of physics, I think he fell to his fucking death. How's that funny, bro? Someone fucking falling off a roof. You didn't even question me, like you're the ones joking about. Ha ha! Funny! Comedy. Hee hee.
Lunatic Asylum. No, not Athens, Greece, Athens, Ohio. And this place had a real issue with women who dared to exhibit any kind of sexual desire.
Women weren't allowed to be sexually aroused. Oh, I'm horny. No! Bad girl. You're not allowed to be horny. Can you imagine? It's like, hello, Richard. No! Bad. We'll send you to the pit of misery if your pussy even drips a slight bit of moisture.
Number 6. Metropolitan State Hospital. Sedated children, poisoned pensioners. There are plenty of horrifying tales attributed to this hospital, but the most famous one demonstrates that there was an utter disregard for patients' security and well-being. When a patient went for a walk around the hospital's prison-like grounds in 1978, she never returned and she couldn't be found. It wasn't until 2 years later that another patient, soon to be revealed as her killer, brought the police to the 3 graves that he had buried parts of her body across.
How did a patient kill another patient on the grounds of a mental asylum unless the people were watching over them? It looks more like a chapel.
Experiments was death. Number 4.
End up naked for months on end, to tales of the excruciating mind-numbing boredom patients underwent. There was no effort at the hospital to stimulate patients' bodies or minds. Worst of all was the story recounted by a journalist that visited the hospital in the early 20th century. He encountered a patient who had been strapped down so long that his skin had started to grow over his restraints.
Excuse me? Did you hear that? He was strapped down so long, his skin started to grow over the chains. How fucking long do you have to be strapped down for that to happen? The fuck? Who do what? What? What?
Number 1. Bedlam.
Heart?
Its name.
Those shocking accidental disasters. Oh, my birth should be in here.
Starting things off, number 10, we have Robert Elton Harris. He said, "You can be a king or a street sweeper, but everyone dances with the Grim Reaper." He was arrested on July 5th of 1978 when him and his brother hijacked a car with 2 teenage boys in it. They ordered them to drive to a remote location where the brothers brutally murdered them, and then they used the vehicle as a getaway car when they robbed a San Diego bank. Robert Harris was arrested just 1 hour after the robbery, and he was charged with murder and auto theft, kidnapping, burglary, and bank robbery. One of the arresting officers was the father of one of the murdered boys, but he didn't realize that the victim was his son until later. He wasn't even able to recognize his son's face. That's how violent the murder was. Robert Harris was sentenced to death in 1979. After many appeals, he was finally executed in San Quentin's
San Quentin? Like in Get Hard? They be fucking in San Quentin. Be fucking like that and saying like a rat on your ass, but then look.
Was reanalyzed, and in January 2006, the governor announced that the testing of the DNA evidence has conclusively proven that he was guilty of the crime. Okay, that's great and all, but why don't you think you should have done 1,000 tests on the DNA before you executed him? It makes no sense. What if the DNA evidence proved that he wasn't guilty? What would the press conference look like then? Oops, we made a massive mistake and killed an innocent man. My bad. And now at number 7, we have Timothy.
Many good questions.
Vampire of Dusseldorf falls onto our list at number 1. He is known as a vampire because he would occasionally attempt to drink the blood from his victims' wounds while they were still alive. But eventually he was arrested and sentenced to death by beheading because he committed a series of murders and sexual assaults. He even admitted to killing a 9-year-old girl. It is confirmed that he murdered at least 9 people, but the police suspected that he brutally murdered a lot more people. So one evening before his death, he ordered a wiener schnitzel, a bottle of white wine, and fried potatoes, and the next morning he was taken to the guillotine to have his head chopped off. But before he left this world, he made one last scary statement that probably haunted the people that were at his execution. He said, "Tell me, after my head has been chopped off, will I still be able to hear, at least for a moment, the sound of my own blood gushing from the stump of my head? That would be a pleasure to end all pleasures." I mean, yeah, after hearing that, I'm definitely gonna have nightmares, and if that was...
He was one sick, demented bastard. But you can have nothing for respect for the guy. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. He's a sick bastard. Yeah, that's it. There still is some videos in the list. Only some of them look interesting, so this isn't the last episode of the Dark Side of YouTube. There'll probably be about, I said this is probably like the second last one. Looking at it, there might be about like 2-3 more after this, but yeah, there won't be loads more, but we'll get a decent amount anyway. But yeah, always, what are you doing? Right, as always, hope you guys enjoyed. Learn how to shut the fuck up. I'm getting him a muzzle. I'm getting him a fucking muzzle. Right. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, you know. Like I said, there'll be more episodes of this, and I'll be uploading it whenever I can, basically. I'm trying to get right, that's fucking it. Milo! Shut the fuck up! Right, so I'm gonna redo that and just gotta cut out that part. Right, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, I'm going to be bringing about like 2-3 more episodes of this out, and Bran's going to be in them, because me and Bran started. There's only one episode where Bran was, and then where Slay was. But yeah, he'll be in the like next 2-3, and then as soon as it ends, I guess I'll find a different series to do. But yeah, like always, hope you guys enjoy. If you did, smash the like button, comment down below if you want to see more, if you're enjoying it, if you have a new series idea. And if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button. Remember that I've already started uploading consistently just every day now. And every single Saturday I bring out a new podcast of Slay, so go check that out if you want to just listen to me and Slay sit there for about 40-45 minutes and just talk a little shit about different things. But yeah, like always, hope you guys enjoyed. I've been Undisputed, that's been Bran. And head over to my gamer channel, subscribe to that, because I'm trying to grow that. My links, my social media links and Bran's social media links will be linked down in the description, so if you're interested in them, they're just below. But yeah, like I said, as always, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.